At the age of 64, Bob Paisley is retiring at Liverpool as the most successful manager in British football. It's been an amazing era, earning tribute tonight from one of the younger generation of football managers, Brian Clough.
But this place is going to seem a lot emptier now that Bob's decided to call it a day. But I'm not here to tell you how sorry I am that he's gone. Frankly, we're glad to see the back of him. Come on, I'll show you a few of the things he's won. Impressive, isn't it? I can remember playing at Liverpool many years ago when the trophies they won you could have fitted into a biscuit tin. Any manager looking at that lot tonight think a couple of them could be up for grabs next season. Well, let's go and find out what Bob's secret really is. This was Bob's office, and I'll bet when the pressure was on, it was the loneliest place in the world on occasions. Champions, European champions, all in the past. It looks more like a foreman's office on a wimpy estate. Hey up, that's what happened to Tommy Smith. Canny fella, isn't he? I don't think there's many secrets around here. But I'll tell you what, I'll mark your card where they are. Come on.
Over there, and he does this. And you're in tonight. You should be back for 12.
Hello, Ron.
Hello, Brian. How are you, all right?
Fine, nice to see you.
Good.
All right.
Lovely
to see you, thank you. Well, this is the famous boot room. And I've been invited a couple of times over the last few years to have a couple of Newcastle brown ales. And they tell me this is where it's all been planned. And this is where a lot of it happened. And to tell you the truth, we were all wary of coming here.
Francis, dispossessed by Keegan. He's not got much support. Toshak to his left. Hughes. Case. And Case again. Toshak! What a wallop! Kennedy. Neil for Toshak's head. Keegan was already on the move into the box, and he's got it over the keeper's head. Toshak and Keegan, mind reading again. Case lobbing it forward, header back by Lopez. And Fairclough is onside. This now could be interesting. Fairclough! Super sub! Strikes again! Neil extricating himself from trouble with great skill. Kennedy. He's going right, but Dermot left, and could it be his hat-trick? Yes, it can! Johnson, and Johnson the ball into acres of empty space for Highway, and Highway a brilliant crossback. McDermott it was who finished it, and what a classic goal. Back in again by Hansen, Cannon heading it straight up in the air, Dalglish challenging, Gilbert there, Dalglish trying to smuggle his way through, and then chip it away from Burridge. What an astonishing goal by Kenny Dalglish.
Well, it's Liverpool doing some more attacking now. And it's Phil Neal. And West Ham have certainly got plenty back. McDermott playing it in. Dalglish! No, it falls for Sammy Lee. And what about that for a ball? Inviting Ian Rush to make a charge, to take it round Price, to play it for David Johnson. Stopped by Clements, but it's not away yet. Rush! 3-1.
Dalglish. Watson had a wave at him. Soon enough!
I think I have three things in common with Bob Paisley. We don't go socialising at dues. We don't like chairmen who are always in the newspapers. And we've both been successful at our jobs. When it comes to winning things, though, Bob is way out on his own. He's won the League Championship 6 times and the League Cup 3 times. He's not done too badly on the continent either. That's for a bloke whose idea of sophistication is a cloth cap, a woolly cardigan, and a visit to the racing stables. Bob won the European Cup 3 times. He's also won the UEFA Cup and the Super Cup. But what a pity about the FA Cup. It's eluded him both as a player and as a manager. Mind you, it was the only thing that did, but at least he shared the joy of Bill Shankly's final triumph in 1974.
And Newcastle at the moment looking just a little disorganised. Here's Hall. And now a chance for Keegan. And that's it! Kevin Keegan! A backheader there by Toshak now for Highway. Number 2, Steve Highway. Turned inside for Highway. Playing it again for Smith. What a good move. Oh, and yes, it's there by Keegan.
2 months later, Shanks retired and Bob took over. And what he's achieved in the 9 years since then will never be equalled. You take my word on that. Bob had a castle when he started. It had been built by Bill, an incredible man. I loved him like a father. But Bob had to do it his way.
There's no way anybody imitating can be great. If you want to do it, you've got to be yourself. If you stray away from that line, there's nothing for you. You've got to be yourself. And if that, at the end of the day, is not good enough, then you've just got to accept that. I couldn't go on and say things or do things that Bill did, but I could do them in a more cunning sort of way.
Yes, and I've always given him 10 out of 10 for that kind of shrewdness. A football club chairman, he makes one decision every 3 years, and that's appointing a manager. A manager makes 5 or 6 or 7 major decisions every year. People wondered, you know, if Bob wanted that responsibility. And to be fair, he wasn't so sure himself.
And I thought I was the buffer. And I would willingly do that type of thing when I took over and that. And what's happened since is nobody's business.
The story goes that on his first day as Liverpool manager, Bob stood with his back to the wall, a position some of us have been in many times, and said to his players, you know, I didn't want this job in the first place. Most of the players had known him since he was a trainer. They had to adjust to this new relationship.
It'll be strange to start off with because we've always known him as Bob, you know, until we knuckle down the fact that he is the new boss, you know. I mean, we might say things that you wouldn't actually say to a boss if he'd have come in from outside, you know, but I think we'll both have to learn, you know.
It was not long before everybody acknowledged Bob's quality as a manager. His judgment and timing were perfect when it came to buying players. And the signing of Kenny Dalglish to replace Kevin Keegan was not far short of a miracle. Keegan, remember, had said he was going to play abroad. And at that time, in 1977, Keegan was given a high level of performance. In Dalglish, Bob found a player who could do all the things Keegan did, and some of them even better. This young man was always my idea of Player of the Year.
Defence had come out for offside, but didn't make it. Case. Dalglish, he's wriggled round McElroy, he's lost Buchan, he's got a chance, what a goal! Dalglish, never quite sure which way he'll turn. And got it back onto his left foot.
Hansen. Dalglish. Whelan is the Liverpool player jumping. Dalglish collects. Liverpool probing forward again. And Dalglish has made space for himself. And tried to curl it, and does! A great moment for a master craftsman. It's his 300th goal in senior club football for Celtic and Liverpool.
Liverpool have always bought a certain type of player. The type who may be a star where he is, but doesn't mind being a star among stars at Liverpool. Ray Kennedy is a good example of this. He had won the league and the FA Cup double as a striker